Okay, so we've gone over course registrations, health records. Now we're going to go into the actual material things that you can do to help you get started for that first year. So once you're registered for classes, you're probably going to want to make sure that you're equipped with the books that you're going to need for your courses. And usually the courses themselves will say what books you need, or you can go onto your college's bookstore online and check what books are assigned to that individual course. I will tell you now that it's very different in college than it is in high school. You don't just go to the library and borrow the books. Not like I'll explain that a little bit more about how the library works, but for your actual course textbooks, you're going to have to purchase them. And they can get pretty expensive. So I'm not just trying to scare you. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of dose of reality is that as a college student, you're going to have to go out and actually purchase your books. And there's a couple different ways you can go about it. But the first one that I want to show you is actually an example of how I would do it if I were an OSU student. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my browser. And let me get this out of the way. Here I am on OSU's like Beaver Store, but for the textbooks part of it. So I'm showing you just a random course that I just selected, and it showed me the name of the book that it would be required for Anthropology 240, the author's name, the ISBN number, and it tells me this is required. Sometimes it'll say it's optional. Definitely get the ones that are required, and then maybe wait to hear from the professor whether or not you really need the optional ones or not, or whether you want to get them. And then further below, it'll show me what some of my options are through the OSU Beaver Store. So it'll tell me this book right there is $71.50 used, and then $102 new. That's from the Beaver Store. It also provides me options for an ebook version of that book, which you can see from here it's substantially a lot less expensive. And then it also gives you a couple of other options from websites online. Oh, it does have Amazon. I wasn't sure if I was going to include that. But you can also do some digging of your own. And so every college is going to have a site kind of like this. And the way it works, and just to give you a quick demo, is you'll go onto that site, you'll select the term that you're going to look for books in. Oh, interesting. Okay, there we go. You'll select the department. So let's say I was looking for a math book. So I'm going to look up math. And let's say it was math 111, which is pretty typical for a freshman. And then here's the professors that are offering that book. And then the course, I think that's the number for it. So the section of it. So then once that's selected, you click on compare prices. And then again, here's the name of the book. Here's the ISBN number. This is information you can use to look the books up at other pages if you wanted to. It tells you the price. One of the things I can recommend is definitely shop around, look online. I know that as the younger generation of folks, we are super resourceful in looking for our options online. And so one of the websites that I remember using a lot as a student myself was chegg.com. Chegg was a website that you could buy and sell books from, and you could find reduced prices. I think since then, Amazon has really taken over for a lot of book sales. But at the time, there was also BookBite, which would buy and sell books as well. And they actually are out of Salem. So I think Mason said he was from Salem. If you're ever in the South Salem part of town, they actually have it's like a distribution center, but you can actually go into their office and sell your books there. So that's actually a really good option if you are trying to save money on textbooks and you're done using a book and you don't have any interest in keeping it any longer. It's probably in your best interest to sell it. And some of those sites will actually give you pretty decent offers for the books. You can always try to sell it back to your college's store as well. So keep that in mind. eBay, you might have some luck with, and Amazon. Um, but another option might be a student book exchange. A lot of colleges have a program where students can register the books that they own that they're trying to get rid of or sell. And also they can log what books they're looking for. And you can cross-reference that and maybe sell your book to another student or even buy a book from another student. And that tends to be a little bit more affordable because students will sell their books for a little bit more than what the bookstore will buy it from them for, but they will also pay less than they would have to pay one of these sites or the bookstore. So keep that in mind. Look into that option if you're in your second or third term or more. And then also look into social media. I remember as a student myself, just going on social media because I had a lot of my college friends on there and I would say, hey, I'm done with my Math 252 textbook. Uh, I'm willing to sell it for 40 bucks if someone wants it. Or or ask if anyone has the Psychology 201 book that I'm looking for and if they're willing to sell it to me or let me borrow it or whatever. Um, that can be a really great way to save money because, like I said, college textbooks can get pretty expensive. And like I've already mentioned, college library resources become your library's best friend because they will be your best friend if you make good use of the resources that they have to offer. And it's not always just technology for academics. A lot of times they also offer like DVD rentals for movies. They'll offer you like to check out even video game consoles, projectors, just a long list of different things that you can use. And it doesn't always have to be for just for academics. So keeping that in mind, other supplies you'll probably want to have handy before you go back to classes is three ring binders, paper, number 2 pencils, black ink pens, red ink pens, because some courses are the professors get kind of picky with what you're writing with. You'll want to have dividers, a backpack to carry your stuff in. And then here's one that I think is kind of unique, but I'm serious when I say this, a scooter, a bike, or a skateboard, especially like campuses like OSU or U of O, they're large campuses and getting from point A to point B across campus can take a long time. So for a lot of students, it's very convenient to have one of those to get you to your destination a little quicker. And with that, obviously like a helmet and whatever other safety gear you might need. Staplers, highlighters, sticky notes, paper clips, you name it, the sort of thing that's going to help you get through your classes.